Hey everybody, and welcome to What's Going On with Adam Messer. I'm your host, Adam Messer. So right off the bat, just thanks a lot for checking out this show. And if you would, if you feel so inclined, hit subscribe, like, and comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot. And I'm wearing my Rick and Morty, the Szechuan dipping sauce shirt today. So what's going on? What's going on, everybody? So I've been loving doing this little show the last couple of days, trying just to do like a little 10-minute something every day. Partly because I want to share stuff, partly because it's something to do, and I think it's fun. I've had some good feedback already so far, and what does it hurt? It doesn't cost anything to do, and I can put it on YouTube for free. So it's just another way to put something out there. So today I had to run to do some different things. I had to go to the doctor and to the dentist, and then to the grocery store. So while I was there, I picked up a book, and I hope you can see it. But it is George R.R. Martin's A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, illustrations by Gary Gianni. And it says, a century before Game of Thrones, two unlikely heroes wandered Westeros. And then here's the back cover. Here is the back cover. And I'll just tell you what it says real quick. It says, stirring as Tolkien has his Silmarillion, so George R.R. Martin has this trilogy of foundational tales. They succeed on their own, but in addition, they succeed in making fans want more. Kirkus Reviews, Starred Review. Taking place nearly a century before the events of A Game of Thrones, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms compiles the first three official prequel novellas to George R.R. Martin's ongoing masterwork, A Song of Ice and Fire. These never-before collected adventures recount an age when the, I don't know how to say this, Targaryen line still holds the Iron Throne, and the memory of the last dragon is not yet passed from the living consciousness. Before Tyrion Lannister and Podrick Payne, there was Dunk and Egg, a young, naive, but ultimately courageous hedge knight. Sir Duncan the Tall towers above his rivals in stature, if not experience. Tagging along in his diminutive squire, a boy called Egg, whose true name is hidden from all he and Dunk encounter. The more improbable heroes may not be found in Westeros. Great destinies lay ahead for these two, as does powerful foes, royal intrigue, and outrageous exploits. It says, featuring more than 160 all new illustrations by Gary Gianni, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is a must-have collection that proves chivalry isn't dead yet. And if you'll hold on a second, I'll show you some of these illustrations. Alright, so this is the interior cover, as you can see. And this looks like it's Dunk and Egg. And here's another scene from page 37. I just love these illustrations. And here's another one. And another one. Okay, so why in the world would I pick up another book when I have like a million books on my to be read list? I have never read the Game of Thrones series, but when I saw this book today and I saw the illustrations, I immediately fell in love with it. And then, of course, I read a little bit of it first to see if I enjoyed the story. And I did read, let me look it up real quick. Sorry about that. I had to look it up real quick. But I did read Night Flyers, which was a futuristic sci-fi suspense horror that George R.R. Martin had written. That's the only book I've actually read of his. And as far as Game of Thrones, the TV show, I didn't really watch it. I'd see clips here and there that people posted, and I am well aware of Game of Thrones. Don't get me wrong. I'm not living, in a hole somewhere as a hermit, but I am aware of Game of Thrones and what it is, and but now I'm really intrigued, and I'm probably way behind the curve as far as watching the show and reading the books and that kind of thing. Not jumping on that just quite yet. I do have a set of the books, but yeah, it's in my to be read pile. But I'm going to start reading this one today, and I'll keep you updated on how that's going. What else do I have going on? Yeah, it's pretty much all week has been the same thing. I did share Patreon poem. I shared a poem last night on my Patreon, and it's just for my Patreon. So shout out to the one and only Rebecca Hamrick, who is my only patron. So thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate that. And but yeah, I'm trying to just work on that, build stuff up. I do have a really cool interview with Craig Martell about the IASFA that I talked about yesterday, the Independent Alliance of Science Fiction and Fantasy Authors. I'm gonna post that on my website and also onto the IASFA Facebook group. So that is pretty exciting. And other than that, I wrote yesterday, and I've been working on that, and then I also have some more ideas that I'm working on. I picked up some sketchbooks today, and I'm going to work on some illustrations and some ink art that I want to do for my books. And other than that, just keeping it rolling. So let me know what you think. I'm going to keep this video kind of short and sweet. Actually, this is something that you can do to help me if you want to. Ideas for questions of what you would like me to talk about. I would love to hear what you want me to talk about. So if you have a question, if you want to know a little bit more about what's my thought on something or whatever, and I'm far from an expert as far as writing and journalism and that kind of thing, but I have a good handle on quite a bit of stuff, and I love to help other people. So I'd love to help you with something if you're on that. Oh, I do have another thing that I can share with you real quick here. I totally forgot. Oh my gosh, talking about writing and whatever, totally slipped my mind. But I have this children's book that I illustrated and wrote called Bill the Long Neck Dragon. It's free. You can find it on Facebook under my page, adammesser. And I got a message yesterday or day before, and one of the local school administrators had shared it with their students, and their art teacher wants to incorporate the book in their curriculum for next year. So I was like, oh yeah, that'd be great. And then I'm going to actually be going out to the school sometime in the next school year and talking with the kids about writing and illustration and that kind of thing. So that was really good news. So I'm really excited about that. But kind of just circling back real quick. If you have questions or if you want to, want me to just give you my thoughts on a certain opinion or whatever, I'd be glad to do that. I would love to kind of give you some insight of how I feel and think about things or whatever. And I'm not gonna give prescriptive advice because I don't believe that that's the best way. I feel that informative help is the best kind of help. And all I can share with you is my own experience. I can share with you, what I've observed and what I've noticed. But I'm not going to give you, prescriptive advice and saying this is what you should do. Now, as far as helping you map out a game plan or something like that, yeah, I can do that. But it would be personalized to you. I can't just say this is a cookie cutter answer to whatever it is that you're working on. But if you want some one-on-one help, I'll be glad to do that too, because everybody's different, and really it's based off of what you're wanting to do. So there's that. Yeah, if you want to check out my website, it's adammesser.net. I'm going to put a link down below for all my stuff. And as always, thank you so much for checking this out. Please like and subscribe and comment. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Have a good one.